Yo,
Yo, what's good, bro?
what's up, family? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How about you?
Good, bro. Good. Shit, man. I seen you caught a little move, man.
Yeah, man. I was on Zoom with this other boy who be trading, that my friend introduced me to. And basically, I was doing the homework at the time, and he was asking me, how I got into trading and stuff. And I told him, and he was like, oh, so what are you studying now? And I was telling him like, oh, I was telling him about it or whatever and shit like that. So then he was like, oh, that's like this and the third. So I'm like, yeah, he been teaching me some shit. So I'm like, bet, let me show you my screen. I showed him my iPad and shit. I'm like, bet, let me just go over my homework with him, see if it makes sense to him or like if he grasp it and shit like that. So I'm going over the homework and shit. He like, damn, that made more sense of what I'm learning because I guess he's trying to learn like that SMC shit and all that other look all that yeah, that shit that be sounding like science and shit.
Right, right.
So yeah, so then I showed him our YouTube video we was watching on Zoom together and shit. So then I was like just doing my homework and shit, and literally markets had opened and I was still doing my homework. So literally as I'm marking up GJ, literally from on the 4 hour and shit, the move was playing out. And I'm like, I had a little demo jump on my phone, so I'm like, "Pat, let me just see if I could catch the move. Like if it makes sense to me since the market is open and shit."
Right.
I did, and the move played out till like 3, 4 in the morning this morning. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm telling my bro, like, cause he even texted me at like 1 or 2. He was like, "Oh yeah, get out them buys now. Like sales about to start coming in," cause he had marked some zones off or something.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay in these buys or whatever. He's like, bro, the sales zones and all of this other shit he was telling me about whole time it was buys, bro. And I'm like, I'm glad and listened to him because before in the past I would have listened to him, bro. I would have got out that zone and all this other shit. But like you said, I was looking at my higher time frames and I was seeing that zone and I was
Right.
posting on my story, not even like I'm flexing, but like just to like
Oh,
let people know
it's
like, oh,
improvement, bro. Progress, bro. Progress,
yeah,
bro.
I know I
You look at it like
yeah,
flexing, bro. Like, just look at it like, bro, like you in the field, you know what I'm saying? And you showing off your progress like that you getting better. You feel me? And I could tell you getting better.
yeah,
Like, even when it comes to like your analysis and shit, like, yo,
mm,
you just saying alone, like bro was telling me sales, and I decided to stick with my bias. I went to the higher time frames to make sure the momentum was still, going my way. Like, just even how you talking about your workflow, bro, you could tell you getting better and you seeing things a lot differently. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and that's good because like in this journey, bro, like, and that's why information processing is so important. You know what I'm saying? Because like you'll get in this space where like you catching the rhythm, and you might be on a little win streak or whatever, like, but
mm,
the information that you take in from others, you know what I'm saying, like that shit can really play a
yeah,
factor in how you're going about your analysis and maintaining orders and things like that. So you definitely want to pay attention to that, going forward, just like who you get information from and what information you actually let
yeah,
in, and the shit that you let just roll off your shoulder, because you know what I mean? Like, you're on it at the end of the day, you on this road, on this journey alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like track. You feel me? Like, and in track, like everybody got their own lane. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like, if you start hopping in other people's lane, like you said, and start trying to add certain shit to your bag that might not necessarily be for you, you know what I mean? You can fuck around, go down a rabbit hole that's gonna be hard to pull yourself back out of. You feel me? Like, and that's when, honestly, that's
yeah,
when a lot of people gotta come tap in with me. You know what I mean? Because
mm,
of that fact. You know what I mean? So it's like, just make sure when it comes to information processing, you real particular about like what you take on, and then what you just be like, all right, like, I hear you, you feel me? Like, because it's sometimes even with me, like, I got a bunch of students, I'm doing signal groups now. I'm part of like, 4 or 5
mm,
different groups and stuff. So it's a lot of information, it's a lot of charts, you know what I mean? So it's like, even
yeah,
even in that, sometimes like I gotta put my phone on do not disturb, or I gotta, like, just not respond to people, you know what I mean, until I'm outside my trading hours, just because I already know what type of mindset
mm,
I'm in. And I know it's mad fragile. So I don't necessarily want to let everybody into that, because then this person's, you know what I mean, analysis, I could even just giving it a second of a thought, you know what I mean, could be the cost of you second
Yeah.
guessing yourself. And now the market might flow in some moment. Like it might have hit one of his zones, right? Just for instance, right? It might have hit
Hmm.
one of his zones and say, boom, M5 just started counter trending real fast, real quick, right?
Yeah.
But to his analysis, he taking sales, excuse me, he taking sales because it hit his zone. Whole time it might just be
Hmm.
a 23.6 movement or a regular retrace to continue the uptrend. You know what I'm saying?
And you
Like
know what's
that
so
still
crazy?
stays.
That's exactly what happened, bro.
You know what I'm
As
saying?
soon as
So it's
it hit
like,
his,
mm-hmm,
he thought like okay, like he literally sent it right when it hit his zone. Like nigga, I got in the sales. Like I told you it was gonna be sales. Whole
mm-hmm.
time, bro. It was really just a retracement, bro. It
That's
was
all it
nothing.
be
Like,
sometimes. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
it
and
was
it's not to even
nothing.
say that bro is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because if
Hmm.
that's zones,
Yeah.
that's how he's perceiving the market. And if that's the sales
Hmm.
that he want to take, he might just be on some short term shit for right now. You know what I'm saying? Where here it is,
Yeah.
her analysis is based off of a move because of how you've been being coached up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
y'all coming from two different learning styles as well. You know what I mean? So like even
Hmm.
understanding that is like both y'all could be right. You feel me? Like he could take the sell down if it hit a certain resistance, and then he take it down to 38.2, and that be okay. You feel me? Like short term
So,
sell down to
so move for him.
38.2
Yeah.
counter trend. That's what you're supposed to do. That's cool, right? Where somebody else, for instance, you might be tracking that counter trend, making sure it respects your 38.2, so that way you could get ready to scale
Hmm.
it because you know your 38.2 means an
Yeah.
aggressive push to your take profit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
it's all about, you know what I mean, the information that you're taking in and how you're gonna perceive it. That's gonna be best suited for like what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because what you got going on could be okay for you, and what he got going on could be okay for him. But like you trying to blend
Mhm.
it and shit like that, that's where a lot of people start getting like that's when them biases start coming in and all that other kind of stuff, just because like, you know, it's just too much information. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I even tell people that trade, you know, 3, 4 pairs. I'd be like, bro, that's a lot of information. Like you could be on one pair catching a good move, you know, 2, 3 moves a week and be good versus you trying to flip through
But,
pairs and catch everything. And whole time you missing out on big ass moves. So everything that you catching is little ass scalps, and you wondering why you can't really get no rhythm and shit like that is because
mhm.
like you bouncing around. Like so when you on UJ, you know what I'm saying? UJ might be taking off, but GJ might be in consolidation or something, right? But then you so busy maintaining UJ that you done missed your main GJ move or
Yep.
something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mhm.
it makes more sense just to own in. Like if you got that money tree, just water that money tree and just get better at understanding the relationship that you have with it, understanding the time, understanding your profit margin, understanding yeah. Like that's the 1 to 5, 1 to 4. You know what I'm saying? Understanding how much drawdown you're
Yeah.
okay with seeing. You know what I mean? Like you learn that relationship so much that it's like, okay, I know what time my pair is firing. I know what times I'm trading. I know what times I'm not looking at the charts no more. I know what time, because if not, bro, you'll become so consumed in this shit that like you'll forget about like your outside lifestyle. You'll start, you know what I mean? You won't be as present, you know what I mean, when it comes to
Mhm.
family, when it comes to just other areas of life. Like you'll fuck around getting this like this paralysis state where it's like, oh, I'm only on the charts and then I'm sleeping, or I'm only on doing this and versus like making sure you're maintaining on other aspects of your life, like mind, body, and
Like,
soul. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like just making
Yeah.
sure that you're well balanced. And that's why I always suggest that people just trade, you know, maybe 1 to 2 pairs max, just because of the fact that like, yo, you still need that time to get off the charts and go live your life. Like that's the whole point of us
Like,
trading. And that's the whole point of you putting in this work, so that way it becomes boring, it becomes methodical, it becomes mechanical. So that way, you know what I mean? Boring money is good money. It's still good money. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you don't
Yeah.
have to be, oh, I need to have this rush. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's another thing that a lot of
Mm.
people they get into, like they get into that gambling mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I gotta
I
be in the
was
charts
something.
every day, or I gotta be in the charts. Sunday charts just open. Like I gotta put in the trade. I don't feel good unless I'm
Yeah.
inside the trade. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's not a
Hmm.
good feeling to have, because you want to have balance with everything. You know what I mean? Overindulging in anything is OD. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so you want to do everything like in moderation, even when it comes to this, right? Because you don't even want to be exposing your account as much as you are, unless it's a confluent setup. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, once you get outside of that mindset, right? And most of the people that get outside of that mindset is the people that don't have a plan. They're not looking at their whiteboard, right? They're not targeting a goal far as like, what am I going to use these profits for? You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Yeah.
the outside life, outside the charts might not be all the way organized. You know what I'm saying? So if they're not organized and planned in that sense, then it's going to show on the charts as well, because now you might be holding trades way too long and now you're not even profiting. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the trade 6 hours and now the trade coming back to break even. You know what I mean? And all of those behaviors come from you not having like a set target. You know what I mean? Whether it's like, I don't know, pay a bill or get gas or whatever the case is, like, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, like you want to make sure that you're targeting something, because if you don't have nothing to aim at, then like you just trading and just flowing. You know what I mean? And that's not good,
Yeah.
because you know what I mean? A lot of times we don't take profits when we're just flowing, you know? That's when you like more hypothesizing and shit like that. And it's like in the skill set that we're in, trying to build and stack, right? You can't be hypothesizing. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have targets that you hitting and extracting. You know what I'm saying? Make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because it's even crazy in the bonus chapter of the book. The way the turtle was saying, like trading is supposed to be boring, and when I first got into trading, I was that person. Like, if I didn't, like, say if I didn't trade today, like I'm like, bro, I saw other people trade, like, bro, like I'm not happy. Like I seen like, or if I'm just in the front of the charts, like I gotta take a trade. Like even if I don't see nothing, I just got to like, because I'm addicted to like just clicking buy or sell. I want to make something, so it's like. I get what you're saying with the like people just coming to this genre and wanting to adrenaline rush of being in the markets and shit like that. So I'm glad like I'm kind of getting out of I'm getting out of the mindset of like having to be on the charts all the time or like being
Yeah.
in a position all the time and stuff like that. So yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely resonated with
It's
that.
just like just finding other things that you're passionate about is what's gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's hitting the gym, whether it's playing ball, whether it's shit, playing a game sometimes, like anything that's going to take your mind off of trading, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because in the beginning, you have to be so consumed, you know what I mean? Because it's so much information that you have to learn. It's
yeah,
like, especially if you learn it from me, it's like getting a crash course. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's like you have to be consumed, you have to be enveloped in it, you have to be reading. You know what I mean? And that's why even with the fact that you that finished the book, man, you know how many people or how many clients I have, bro, that don't even finish the book, and they and then in the
yeah,
month that we work here, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? You already on the second book. Like it just goes to show like you hungry for it, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? So like and going back to the reading aspect of the literature, it helps you stay within your own mindset. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I have people read while they're working with me and giving homework, because it helps you stay in your own mindset. When you read it, you're not necessarily like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you're not you can tune a lot of shit out when you're
yeah,
focused on books and the
yeah. But I
information.
feel like that.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like you could tune a lot of shit out, man. And who knows if you wasn't reading right and bro said some shit like and you didn't read the way of the turtle, who knows?
Mhm.
Mike would have cut your order and da 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 all type of shit. So that just goes to speak to your psychology. That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I commend that, because like you stayed within your plan, you stayed within your analysis, you stayed within the teaching. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's the discipline that you have to have, even when we get off of the Zoom calls and meetings and stuff, like, because like I tell you, you in your own lane, you running your own race. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And some days that race could look like 100-meter dash, right? And then some days it could look like you about to run the 5K jump. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be, 3.5 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like it just depends on what you're going for, what you're aimed at, right? And then how are you going about it to extract what you need, right? And that goes back to that plan that we put in play, right? And as long as you're following that plan and discipline within that plan, right? Boom, after this month, boom. All right, we revisit it, we modify it, right? Because we've had growth, we had progress, we got profits now, we got cushion now. So it's like, boom, all right, month two, what's the next level? What do I need to be doing next? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I also feel like a lot of clients of mine don't do when they leave my program. You know what I mean? Like they I don't want to say they necessarily hop back in their old habits, because that's not true at all. But I feel like the plan, they don't necessarily go back and revisit to modify it. You know
Like,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I feel like even if it's not after a month, you know what I mean? Even if you give it like 90 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then because even think about it like with a job, you have a probationary period, right? Where it's like you can't get certain benefits or you can't do certain things until you get that 90 days out the way, right? So it's like even understanding that within your plan and just taking that type of process to your trading plan is like, yo, I'm gonna work this plan for 90 days. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure, okay, if my withdrawal plan is bi-weekly or at the end of the month, then that's cool, whatever the case is, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I'm gonna work this plan, and then at the end of these 90 days, I'm gonna assess myself, right? Because you're your own boss, you're your own coach,
Yeah.
so you gotta assess yourself, right? And be real with yourself, and then be like, okay, bet. Do I need to scale it back some? Do I need to scale it up? What do I need to be doing as far as cushion wise? How did I feel when it came to, the drawdown I was seeing over these 90 days? And then understanding, and the reason I say modify is because the markets are forever changing.
Ever
You
changing,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like in the next 90 days, bro, we're gonna be in fucking 2024. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, it's gonna be a whole new market. It's gonna be whole new news coming in, bunch of new things probably going on in the world. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to continuously update your plan, continuously um understand how you're going about things, right? So that way, you know what I mean, the profit margins are going up, right? You don't stay stagnant in a certain realm. You feel me? Because those realms, bro, I've been in them. And those realms, bro, they can last from anywhere from like, a couple weeks to a couple months, man. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? And it's hard digging yourself out of them certain realms, bro. Like it's hard, bro. Like that's why journaling is important. Understanding your emotional intelligence is important. You feel me? Having good people around you, family, friends that's gonna speak positive into you. You know what I mean? You being able to speak positive into yourself, right? That's why your interpersonal relationships have to be on point. You feel me? Like environment matters. So you gotta make sure that you're in the right environment. You know what I mean? Like and just in the right headspace to even interact with this, how you want to interact with it, which is in a positive light, in a positive way.
Yeah.
Because if you're not in the right mindset, bro, and you're not doing this and doing that, or you're bringing exterior problems into the marketplace, bro, it's gonna dictate how you go about trades, how you take trades, right? And the anxiety level is gonna be probably a lot higher than it would be at a resting state. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you want to be at a resting state. You want to be at a calm state. You feel me?
Yeah. That's just
But let's hop on some charts. Let me see what you was drawing up, because like you got some good shit going.
all right, but I'm not sure. Right, so I'm gonna go to the GJ jump that I did.
Right? That boy trying to step it up, so that boy on gold.
Yeah,
That boy
I ain't
trying
want
to
to go.
get some money. That
I
boy
ain't trying to go too far back on GJ as well because I ain't want my computer to give out. I'm trying to get one by the end of this week.
I feel that. I feel that for
Nah,
sure.
yeah.
I take time, bro. Trust me, bro. Like, man, I was on my first laptop probably my first 2 years, man. Like first two, yeah, probably like first 2.5 years before I could even upgrade to a laptop, a desktop, you know what I mean? Certain stuff. Like
Mm,
I wasn't able to get none of that stuff, bro, until I got funded by FTMO. You know what I'm saying?
dang.
Like once I got funded, bro, like that's when I went and got a PS5. You know what I mean? Like, and it felt good to be
Yeah.
able to do those certain things, put money
Nah.
in a live account. You know what I'm saying? Like all of those things feel good, and it should be motivation. Like use it as motivation. So it's like, yo, if I want to get a new laptop, if I want the new Mac like 14, 1500, yo, let me put
Mhm.
that on my board. You know what I'm saying? So that way,
Yeah.
like, and then if I know it's 1500, all right, what does that look like in 7 trades? What does that look like in 10 trades? What
Hmm.
lot sizes do I need to be using? How do I need to be taking part? Like everything still comes back to mathematics.
Yeah.
Saying you still have to be able to break it down mathematically and then have the skill, right, to execute, and then the discipline to really be able to take the profits and not let shit run and not, like I said, hypothesize and all of those things. But no, make it a realistic thing so that way it's like, yo, this is the goal. This is what I'm doing. Like, you feel me?
Nah, yeah, definitely. I definitely feel that for sure. I bet. So, I bet. So this is the 4 hour on GJ. So around, so yesterday was Sunday. So the market opened probably like around here. So like around here.
Okay.
So as I was doing my homework before the market opened, I drew a 4 hour fib. So this was
Nice.
my point A. And
Okay.
at the time this was my point B.
I like that. Okay.
So then this really is a 1 hour, but like it also kind of makes sense on the 4 hour as well. Now that I'm looking at it, because it tapped that, it kind of tapped that, and then it tapped that as well. So this is really a 1 hour, but on the
Okay.
4 hour, it makes sense as well.
And that's
And
good because if you're seeing
yeah,
things on multiple time frames, that lets you know it's real. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like if you'd have seen that on a 1 hour, but then on a
hmm
4 hour, like it looked sloppy or it looked too steep or whatever the case is, then you would just be like, all right, like that's just noise on the 1 hour time frame versus
yeah,
what I'm actually seeing on the 4 hour time frame. Because I know the 4 hour time frame is a higher time frame. So that means like, more validity in the
hmm
candle, right? You could trust the candle a little bit more, right?
yeah,
There's sometimes in structure where we'll have everything marked up right on, like, for instance, the 4 hour, right?
hmm
And we'll be like, oh, this is a higher, or we'll get stuck, right? We'll be like, damn, is this a break of structure?
hmm
Is this that? And
yeah,
what I
that's
like to do in those senses, right? I'll highlight it with a square, and then
okay.
I'll actually go to that one time frame higher, which would be like that daily time frame, to actually
hmm
see if I see the same thing there. Because if
Okay,
I'm not seeing the same thing there, that lets me know it's just noise, right?
okay,
So that's just a little mind hack, that can help with just validity of candles and stuff as well.
that's cool. So yeah, now that I knew that made sense as well. So I drew this exhaustion point because we had
That's
a couple
nice.
of taps. One,
I
we
might
had
have to go on the IG, bro.
yeah,
Nigga,
we had multiple taps.
crazy.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had multiple taps, whatever the case was. So I drew my exhaustion down in my random line, and then we had our counter trend line. So we was right here on the market, and as well, I drew a resistance line because we had multiple touches on the top of this resistance zone here. So then I dropped down to my 1 hour time frame. And
Oh,
going back to the 4 hour,
nice.
I also realized that where the market was when it closed, it was around in 38.2, and that's one of our PRZ levels
Yes,
that we
sir.
look at take trades. So then, so when the market opened around here, we already had made this bullish engulfing, so I highlighted it, and then we had our counter trend line. So when the market opened above here, it was above our 66 MA. So I saw that we had this doji here, and then we had this engulfing here. So I was like, okay, cool. Buyers are coming in, and then
Right. And more than anything, look at your moving average, how it's acting
yeah,
as
and then as
a
well we had the moving average as well acting as a level of support too on a random line.
Yeah, that's
And
hard, bro.
then yeah, so then I'm like, cool, let me highlight that level. So I highlighted that level, dropped down to the 30-minute time frame, and I was like, cool. So I got in more so like I moved it, but I more so got in like at this level. Hold on, at this level right here
Mhm.
after this engulfing. So after that engulfing happened, then I took it up and I drew it based off of I drew my TP based off of when this. Okay, so I have a question about this.
Talk to
Should
me.
I have waited till this candle had closed before I got into the trade
Honestly, you could have got in after the hammer.
after this hammer right here?
Yeah, because that's why I wanted you to make sure you look at that, how your moving average is acting as support right now.
Sure.
So
Okay.
in that case, what I would have did, I would have highlighted that hammer pattern, right? And then I would have dropped down to my entry time frame immediately. Because my thing is, look, you already know that you're coming from an uptrend, right?
Yeah.
Know that you already got your counter trend line that's broken. And the thing about trend lines, I don't know if we really spoke about this a lot, but especially
Mm-hmm.
the counter trend lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is when price breaks outside from a sell zone to a buy zone, it releases the pressure of the sellers.
Okay.
That's how I want you to start thinking. Like once you switch over and you get that 2 candle break and it makes that new high, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
is on that lower time frame, right? And then it
Mm-hmm.
came back to actually like make support along your moving average.
Yeah, right here.
Right. I would have wanted you to draw an exhaustion zone, right? From that resistance point where it touched your trend line on your point B, on your counter trend line. Yup. From there, right over. So, yup, get a little square. Exactly. Right. And even if you drag that point B over to the left some, right, you'll start to see. No. Keep that. Go back to the square.
Oh, okay. This point B.
Yup.
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
drag it over some. You see how yeah, like not too far, not too far. Go back to the right. Right where the wicks are.
Yeah, right here.
That's all you need. Because it shows you right there, right? It respected that price, right? That 185, 215, it respected that as support once, right?
Yeah.
You got the other tap where the price tried to go down and break it, but then came back, right? And then you got a point where it made resistance. It acted as resistance. So now you have to understand. And remember, when we talked about major support and major resistance, even when it comes to key levels, right? This is where you got to be able to think while all this shit is happening. Remember, on key levels, right? And our situations and stuff, you know that it's a major support, major resistance when it acts as supportive resistance on both sides, right? So on one side of that exhaustion zone, it acts as support. On the bottom side of it, right, it acted as resistance. Right. So once it broke through it, right, and it came exactly. You see what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying. Yeah.
There we go. So now we go down to our M15 to see what that looks like. And what do you know, right? On that M15, right? We have right there, we got a tweezer bottom. Right? We got a nice tweezer bottom on that exhaustion, right? So honestly, like that would have been a good entry for me because then you could have put your stop loss. And this is just how you get more precise, right? Right underneath the moving average. Exactly. Literally. 20 pip risk, dog. That's the type of risk I like right there. I don't like risking 100 pips all the time. You feel me? And so when I can see my moving average acting as supportive resistance, I definitely want to get in position where I can use it as a stop loss area because that's going to minimize your risk probably 3/4. You know what I'm saying? If not half, in this case, 3/4. We're only risking 20 pips. You know what I'm saying, on GJ. And with well, this is GJ. So like, let me get my mind right. So on GJ, we'll probably normally risk around like 30, 35, right? Now you only risking 20. That's still good. You see what I'm saying? And then that's where your TP was supposed to be for sure. For sure. You see what I'm saying? And what how many pips is that? Hover over that real quick. 66 pips. That's nice. Standard lot, that's $600 right there. And it happened what? Let me see. Probably about 3 hours. What we on an hour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. Okay, that's not $600 in 9 hours. That's not bad.
Yeah, at all.
At all. You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Bad, bro. So it's like that's how I want you looking at things to get more precise. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking like, because I had got in like at this candle, but I got in like as the candle was still forming. So I'm like, maybe that was kind of risky getting in as it was forming. I should have
not
waited
necessarily because you already had confluences. You already you already had a 38.2 push off your main off H4 or H1. So H4 you're expecting an aggressive push anyway, right? You all had a bullish engulfing after that, right? A bullish engulfing that lets you know buyers are coming into the market. You had a break of your counter trend line, right? And even if you go back to M15, just so I can make you feel better, right? Go back to M15. I'm gonna show you something. Fib work. Now go from the bottom where it broke out and put your fibs up from point A to point B, from that purple zone to that bullish wick up there.
Oh, brother, don't tell me my computer just froze. I'm gonna have to get on my iPad.
Well, if not, it's cool. So all I was gonna show you, right? Look, all I was gonna show you that, boom, it's a 23.6 movement. It's 23.6 movement. So 23.6 movement, you're expecting what? Consolidation, continuation off of this time frame, off of your M15, right? So after the tweezer bottom, right? That's candlestick analysis now because now I'm getting ready to enter, right? So now I enter off the and you would have previously already had that exhaustion zone right there. You see what I'm saying? So as soon as price came and really gave you that tweezer bottom and respected on top of that the top side of that exhaustion zone, oh man, we're taking that.
Yeah,
taking that, bro. We
Oh
take
yeah, I see what you're
expected
saying.
too many areas. I got 5, 6 confluences. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good for a negative 27. And look, it went to on this time frame, it went towards your negative 61.8. So it hit TP2
Yeah,
before it gave you that pullback, right? And then
yeah,
even when it hit TP2, it consolidated to give you enough time to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like boom. So
yeah.
that's how I
That
want,
makes a
yeah,
lot of
that's how I want
sense.
you working it. Like just working it. Like, all right, bet. What's next? What's next? What can I be looking for next?
Yeah. Nah, I didn't even know. Like, I mean, yeah, I did remember that I could pull out my fib on my entry time frame, but I
You
didn't
can
even
pull
think
out
to
fib
pull
on
out my
any
fib in
time
this.
frame. Any time frame. You just can't get lost about your main
Oh,
fib. You see
about
what I'm saying? You just
yeah.
gotta remember what your main fib is
Okay.
doing. And your main fib is at 184,700, 38.2
Mhm.
aggressive push. That's your first official higher low point in structure. We got to take advantage of that,
Yeah.
especially it broke outside our trend line and gave us that shift from sellers to
Yeah.
buyers.
That trend line.
We
That
taking it
counter trend line was
at
what
least
showed it for
to
me.
right, and we at least taking it to previous resistance, right? So that's where
Yeah.
I would have had my exhaustion zone at and be like, all right, bro, it's giving me dojis, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I would have been like, all right, price is
Yeah.
probably slowing down now after 9 hours. Price is probably about to get ready to slow down. So let's go ahead and take profit, secure that. So that way, if it pulls back again, which it did with that long ass wick, if I'm on lower time frames, expecting it to hit my moving average or something, right? I'm gonna be ready to play. I'm in position to play, and I got cushion now. So I ain't really tripping off this order because
Yeah.
now, based on my yellow exhaustion zone, I can use the bottom of my yellow exhaustion zone as my stop loss now, and then I can use the
Mhm.
top of that moving average. Once it starts to pull back above that moving average, I'm using it as support again. So I'm looking to snipe again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see what
it's
you're
like that's
saying.
how I go, bro. That's how I go, bro. You feel me? But with that green exhaustion zone, you want to move that to the left some because it's based on previous exhaustion, right? So
Oh
right now
yeah,
you
this
got it there. You want to make sure that it's based off some wicks. Exactly.
I bet, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. You gotta break that shit down to a science, my boy.
Yeah. You breaking that down to the T, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's all about the story you could tell. It's all about the story you could
Yeah.
tell and having reasons for why you do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if you don't got no reasons, then it just might not be your trading day. Like just take a day off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I even had some. I'm gonna show you one more example before we because I see the time.
All right, bet.
So
Let's
I'm gonna
get it.
show you. I have this buy and this sell right here. So I'm gonna show you this buy jump. So this buy was based off of us being on
Zoom
an
out so I
uptrend
can see
on a
what
daily
structure we in
basis.
on the daily. Zoom out some. You zooming
Oh,
in.
zoom out.
Yeah, yeah. So I can see structure on the daily. Yeah, sir. Keep zooming out a little bit more. All right, boom. Yeah,
I
bet.
bet.
That's what I needed to see. All right, but this is how you
I
should be
bet.
looking at your chart. Like when you first get on it,
Okay.
you want to make sure that you can see structure. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Okay.
Nice.
Got you. I bet. So I had this example here I marked off. So I seen that we were buyers came back into the market
So my thing is, look,
after we had
even down there at that support, right? Why not have an exhaustion zone
Mhm.
down there for previous support all the way from the left? Because nut price hasn't broken that
here.
major support. Exactly. Price hasn't broken that major support level yet. So that could be an indication, right? That if price is coming down, at first if price is climbing down, I'm looking for where could the next floor be? You see what I'm saying? Like where
Yeah,
could the next floor be? So if previous only thing that can tell me that is previous price.
previous price.
You see what I'm saying? We got to get
Yeah,
everything from the left.
yeah, gotta get everything from the left.
You see what I'm saying? So then boom, I'm expecting price to start slowing down because that's where price turned around at last time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It repeats itself. It's only gonna keep repeating itself. So from that point,
yeah,
boom, once you're expecting that and you start to see that first doji out wick, oh man, we already on the 1 hour. You see what I'm saying? We getting ready
yeah,
to, for a transition.
yeah. Nah, damn, that makes shit. I didn't even. I mean, I knew we supposed to look at the left, but it's like you seeing this shit. It's like that clear. It's like damn, like
That's how
but
you
like
get.
it
That's how
makes
you
sense.
get them entries though. Like you anticipate,
Yeah,
bro. You
yeah,
anticipate and you project. You anticipate and you project. Like you know what I mean. So if I wasn't in this
Yeah.
trend and I'm still seeing it, you know, break supports. All right, where's the next support? All right, broke through this one. Where's the next
Mhm.
support? You know what I mean? If I'm not
The
selling,
next one.
where's the next support? Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah,
That's
that
why I
makes
said
a lot
zoom
of
out. You
sense.
see why I said zoom out now?
Yeah, I definitely because I be having my shit like super zoomed in and shit like
Yeah.
that.
I know that most people
But
do,
yeah,
bro. Trust me.
yeah, I be having my shit super zoomed in.
Now go
All
to
right,
the
bet. So I seen.
go to the 1 hour.
All right, bet. Keep zooming out.
No, no, you good. You go ahead and start breaking down what you need
Oh,
to.
I bet. Just break it down. Just, I bet.
Yeah, because we only got like 4 minutes. So.
All right, bet. I see it. All right, bet. So on my 1 hour, this was my counter trend line.
Nice.
Also had it on the 4 hour, and then this fib is really my 4 hour fib.
Okay.
And these exhaustion zones and this exhaustion box is based off the 4 hour. So then once I seen that we had this bullish then bearish candle, I knew a transition was happening. So I drew a random line over here as well. And then I know we had resistance here after our counter trend line. So I boxed off this area so I can know where we are on price. So
Okay.
once I seen that we had this transition happening and then we broke our counter trend, I'm like, okay, cool, now buyers are coming in. So once I mark this area off, drop down to my 15-minute time frame, which is my entry time frame, to see that, okay, cool, now we broke the counter trend line. We're on the back side of the counter trend line.
Mm-hmm.
We have our MA as well. We
Mm-hmm.
can use this as this is minor resistance that broke as well. So once we broke the counter trend line, we caught the MA. The MA went under our candles and we broke minor resistance. Then I know, okay, cool, I'm getting into this trade.
That's
So I
nice.
probably could have gotten to this candle on a lower time frame, but to play it safe, I would have got in here, and then this was based off of the 1 hour, I believe. If I can find it. Yeah, so this was based off previous 1 hour resistance. So,
So why
like you
not
said,
have a
I should
random
have
line there?
drawn.
So yeah, about to say have
Yeah,
a random line
so
there so that way you know exactly.
I know where I am.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah,
And that way you could just start getting into the habit. You know what I mean?
yeah. So that would have been the random line, and that's where I would have took it. And obviously,
Perfect,
price
bro.
came in.
Respected the moving average. That's perfect. That's a good scout. That's a good little
Yeah,
scout trade, bro. Like good.
yeah.
Cause mainly right now we was on the downtrend. So for you to catch the counter trend, bro,
Mm-hmm.
that's
And
good, bro. That's
yeah,
detailed. As you understanding
yeah.
transitions. That's good. That's good
Mm-hmm.
motion, man. That's good motion. So what I want you to do now is just keep reading Psychology of Money, and I want you to keep trading, bro. Like
Okay,
it's time to start getting these profits now. You know what I'm saying?
okay, yeah. So on the next jump, could we go over like again, I think we did already, but just to break it down a little further, like using lot size, like if I was to use like um prop firms and things like that, like what lot size I would use in
So
terms of like
every prop firm is gonna have like different like lot size.
restrictions.
Yeah, like how they
Restrictions.
do it. Like yeah. Like we could go over prop firms and stuff though. Well, I
Okay.
definitely got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause that
Okay.
was
All right.
definitely a key point in my journey as well. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So like yeah, nah, that's it. We could go over that for sure. But nah,
All
bro,
right.
good work today, bro. Good work.
I appreciate that.
Good work, man. No. Just take those minor critiques and details and run with them, bro. Like start to look for them. You know what I'm saying?
I will.
And we'll tap back in Wednesday.
Okay. Wednesday, same time.
Yep.
All right, that's a bet.
All right,
Appreciate it.
bro. For sure.